I don't know who you are and I don't know who you want. What I do know is that I see a very particular set of movies. If you stop watching this video right now, that'll be the end of it. But if you continue watching this, I will talk about Liam Neeson. I will talk about his movies. And you will form an opinion. It's the next in a long line of Liam Neeson. I somehow became an action hero after Taken, but I'm already in my mid-50s, so, take that for what it's worth. So, An Honest Thief, like I just said, another one in a long line of Liam Neeson movies. Ironically, we had a trailer for another Liam Neeson movie that admittedly actually looked a lot better than this one. Just based off appearances. Excuse me one second as I go for the peanut M&Ms in my jacket. Since they're struggling at the moment, I normally don't get concessions that often when I normally would go to the theaters, but seeing as theaters make the bulk of their money on concessions, I'm doing my part now to help out the theaters as best I can. So I buy concessions now when I go to theaters. Plus, they're all discounted, so it really makes it better incentive to buy all that. But anyway, so I saw the trailers. I'm like, it's another one. It'll probably be entertaining for what it's worth. That's a weird thing about the Liam Neeson action movies, and that's the best way to call them. There isn't any other particular way to describe them except as the Liam Neeson action movies. You have the Taken series, which is what kicked it off, the first one. You have The Commuter. You have Unknown. You have Run All Night. Run All Night. Sorry, Run All Night. Run All Night was a really good one, by the way. I actually really liked that one. Let me see here. I know there's a couple other ones that have come out. This is the next one, and apparently The Marksman's the other one. The Marksman, just talking about that trailer real quick, that to me, personally, looks kind of like what Rambo Last Blood should have been. Like, Liam Neeson being a gruff old badass, former Marine, taking the cartels to just rescue this one person, rescue this one kid who made over the border. Like, and they have a dog in there. And I'm like, I swear to God, if that dog dies, Liam Neeson better rip them all a new ass. Luckily, the dog in this movie did not die. In fact, the dog, I like all dogs, but I prefer medium to large dogs. I prefer a dog. But the little dog they got here, I think it's like it's not a Shih Tzu, I don't think. It's, it might be a right. Anyway, it was a cute dog. And it's a little running joke that it's what the agent Miles, who is, oh God, I can't remember, the actor's name, and I can't remember the character he played in Burn Notice. He was the lead in Burn Notice. Yeah, the joke with him is he got a divorce, and basically the judge split the assets 50-50 down the middle, except basically he made the wife choose the house or the dog. She took the house. Now she's complaining about having the dogs. Look, he even says, look, you made your choice. You took the house. I got the dog. It's clear he didn't like the dog at first, but he came around to loving the dog. It's clear. The beauty of pets. I barely talked about the movie. Is this one of the best ones? Is this one of the worst ones? Is this just like most of the other ones where it's alright? It's alright. And the answer is it's alright. It's alright. The thing about Liam Neeson as an action star, which is very which I think is very unique, is as he's getting up there, he obviously can't do the heavy, the fighting scenes we saw in the first Taken. When the first Taken, I think was, oh wow, when was that? I want to say it was like a 2009, early 2010s, somewhere around there. That's now 10 years, that's a decade ago. He was in his mid-50s, I believe, early 50s at best. Now he's in his early 60s. He can't do that anymore. So I find it humorous in some scenes where, like, they make you understand that he scaled a chain link fence to get over it, but they only ever see they show him dropping down, that it's Liam Neeson. It's like, so it's like, yeah, no, we can't see Liam Neeson actually do that. He gets one or two actual action, like, fight scenes, but nothing that he can't really handle. One particular is, I mean, it's fine. It's not anything amazing, but it's a realistic action sequence. It's a lot of grapples, a lot of holds, which is something that even as you get older, that's the kind of action you can kind of pull off a little easier. It's not like martial arts where the speed, the accuracy, the focus, the technique really plays a factor into it. But the thing I actually do kind of admire about Liam Neeson, first off, he's a great actor overall. He's an Oscar, I believe, winning actor for Schindler's List. At minimum, he was nominated. I think he won the Oscar for that. But, apparently he's just a good actor. His tough guy is a really unique tough guy. A really unique actor. Because he's, even when he's not doing it, he's simultaneously intimidating because he's just got that look of just a mean, grizzled, older man. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna wreck your shop, boy. It's like, he's got that. At the same time, he does have a weird charm, likability, and innocence to him, all wrapped up into one. Like, when you see him smitten with the girl in this, it's like, the woman in this, is like, yeah, he is kind of like a lovesick puppy. Like, he's just like, oh, you're pretty. Oh, you're pretty. I like you. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like that. And it's kind of adorable. I wish the dialogue had been better in some points, particularly, and it's sad to say because I didn't actually stay to actually watch the credits, unfortunately, to see who these actors are. The actress playing his girlfriend, very lovely, very attractive woman. B, clearly at least a decade younger than him, unless, I mean, that's another thing real quick too. Liam Neeson is one of those guys that as he ages, it's actually more difficult to tell what age he really is. Like, if you told me Liam Neeson was still in his early 50s, I'd believe it. Like, Liam Neeson does still look like he's got gray in his hair, sure, but he is one of those guys who seems to age pretty well. It's just one of the things that as he gets older, it's tougher to figure out what his age is if you don't know it. But you can tell clearly. I wouldn't go so far as saying like maybe 20 years younger than him, though to be fair, that's not out of the realm of possibility. But she's clearly a good decade and a half younger than him. It's like there is actually a bit of a. I mean, if you're really looking at them, like there's a bit of a disparity between these two ages of these people, but they're very sweet and likable for what they are. They're not anything. It's like not the top 10, top 20 movie action couples of all time. But it's a perfectly serviceable relationship. As I said, though, I do wish the dialogue had been a little more. What's the best way to put it? I wish the dialogue for her character had a bit more continuity. Is that the right word I want to say? Consistency. That's the word I'm looking for. Because there's some standard dialogue that is fine in these types of movies, but unfortunately, maybe it's the actress. I don't know. I don't think I've seen her in anything else. Maybe I have. I just didn't recognize her. But it was weird that some of her line delivery was just odd, and it happened like either at the end of the sentence she was saying, like particularly with a line or a phrase she was saying, and like midway through, like. When Liam Neeson like puts her on a bus at one point to send her away, it's like, you could come with me, you could come, and like and the way she said, I'm like, that was odd, but then it goes back into perfectly adequate line delivery. I'm like, okay, this was odd, but I mean, not terrible for what it's worth. Jai Courtney as the bad guy. I mean, I'm not a huge Jai Courtney fan. I don't hate him. I know a lot of people don't like Jai Courtney, from what I understand. Like, they don't hate him as a person. They just don't like him as an actor. For me, it's like the Liam Hemsworth kind of scenario. It's like, yeah, I can understand why no one likes him as the actor, just because it's weird. Like, with the Liam Hemsworth, it's like, it's clear this guy's charming and likable. It just doesn't translate through his acting. Jai Courtney's kind of got a similar vibe sometimes, but it's not always the case. Like, him playing Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad, that's a lot of fun. This one's just kind of he's a terrible dude, just wanting the money. That's about it. There's no motivation other than he's a greedy son of a bitch who wanted the money. That's it. And I mean, it works for this type of movie. You don't need a Hans Gruber type villain for this type of movie, but I don't know, maybe a little bit more could have been helpful. Like I said, the action sequences are fine. Honestly, because he's an explosive expert, Liam Neeson's character, they say that in the trailers, that's no spoiler. The best scenes are involving him in a bomb. So that's the fun part, honestly, for me. And actually, hearing him explain how he robbed the banks, that was actually a fun scene. And honestly, I mean, I don't pretend to or don't expect to see anyone trying to copycat anything you see in this film, but the way he did it, the way he explained it, made a lot of sense. So, I mean, I could theoretically see someone trying to do that and getting away with it. Theoretically, mind you. I wouldn't attempt it myself because I'm not an idiot, nor to have any sort of that expert train. By the by, the way he picked the banks was really specific. He explains why, he may have robbed 12 banks, but they did it over the course of 8 years. Because, like, you had to find that right bank. Do I have really... I mean, it's just... They're a typical Liam Neeson action movie. There's not much to go off of beyond that. The Miles... Agent Miles, again, Burn Nose guy. His Boston accent was pretty thick. By the way, okay, I'll actually say this about him. While I do like him as an actor and he's fine in the movie, he always looks like most of the time in the movie, he looks like he's literally looks like he's forcing a frown, like he's about to just break down and sob. Now maybe that's kind of the point, because he got divorced at the beginning of the film, so maybe that's the point of their look. But yeah, I gotta admit, it is a little like just that. It's just, I mean, I can't do it. My face isn't as narrow as his is. I think it's partly because his face is so narrow. And Robert Patrick was in the film for 10 minutes. You see in the trailer, he gets shot. So it's like, okay, was this just a paycheck? Did you just need a bigger name like Robert Patrick? You had Liam Neeson. Do you need that one other slightly big name to, pad it out? I don't know. It's not like this movie cost a lot. Oh, that was another one. The one last year where he was the guy in the he was a snowplow driver, and I want to say it was Colorado. What was the name of that? Me and Mark did a review for that one, so I'll have to look that one. But that was another Liam Neeson action, which also was actually turned out to be pretty good. So I mean, is this the best one? No. Is it the worst one? No, because honestly, I mean, the least good, because honestly, even the worst Liam Neeson action movies are pretty entertaining for what they are. They're not, like, the worst ones are probably like Taken 2 and Taken 3, if I'm going to be honest. And even those are still fun to watch, in like a bad movie type of way. So, I don't know. If you ended up seeing this, let me know what you thought. I thought it was perfectly okay. It's not going to be my top 10, now that I actually can see movies to fill out my top 10, because I barely had 10 to fill out the top 10 to begin with. Now, by the end of the year, I'll actually have some movies to fill it out. Yeah, that's all I got for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. An idea for who would win: Star Wars, Superman, Magic, what if, anything to do in the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know, because that at some point. So, I don't have any, I know something comes out this coming week. I just don't remember what. I'll let you know what movie I'm seeing when I see it, basically, when the review's up. Otherwise, it's the week of What If, so keep your eyes out on that. And I do have the What If. It's almost 7 at the moment at night. I may still do it today. I may just bump it for tomorrow. But it's the week of What If this week, so keep your eyes out for that. The Death Battle prediction was going to have to wait because they bumped the Red versus Blue battle to coincide with their next season. So, you'll just have to wait on that a little bit. It's fine. Till then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell if you want notifications. I'll see you next time. Later.